Hi everyone, it's me again. Sorry for that sound in the background. It's the heater. I'm in my room, I'm sitting right by the vent, and I don't feel like getting up. So, I just got on here first I wanted to say, this on sale Valentine's candy is great because if I paid full price for this shit, you remember, those Sweethearts candy? The ones that have the sayings on there like cutie pie and be mine. So I went to the 70% off section at Walgreens a little while ago, and they had, it was like a pack of like five, I think, five little boxes on sale, 70% off. And I opened it just now, one of the boxes. There are like two, four, like maybe 20 pieces of candy, which might sound like a lot, but this box, it's not even halfway filled inside this little box. Like, I don't understand why companies are so wasteful, why they're still trying to, like, get one over on people, like, oh, we'll make it look like it's this big, and, you know, you'll buy it, and then you'll bring it home, and, oh, no, there's not that much in it. Like, then you'll go out and buy more. Like, what the fuck is this? This is such a waste of packaging. Amazon needs to stop this. Pretty much everybody needs to stop, like, wasting resources. What the fuck? Anyways, I got on here just really quick. I'm not trying to, I don't know what's up with these, like, frequent appearances. I don't know. I guess I've had a lot to say lately. This one, I wasn't going to say this because seems a little bit embarrassing, but, so Hades, my soul kitty, I think he might be on his way out of this world. What happened yesterday was I just was holding him and he felt even skinnier than the day before. And I started losing my shit because he's not been eating a whole lot. So I don't know what's going on. Like, does he have like a tooth or something has he got cancer? Because his sister, Athena, she died almost 4 years ago, I think it was. I think this year, September, will be 4 years. She died of cancer, and it just, it felt like it came out of the blue, but like, when you take your pets to the vet and like you find out, no, your pet's dying, and all of those things that seemed weird before were actually kind of like flags, and you beat yourself up for having just not interpreted them as like signs for help from your cat. It's just so sad. Like, I really wish that somebody would invent something that would allow us to communicate with the animals, because it sucks that like they can't tell us what's going on with them. We just have to kind of figure it out. So what time was this last night? I don't know, it was like 7 p.m. I started just crying because like I have convinced myself that he's on his way out of this life or this world, and I don't know that for sure. So it's one of those situations where like I want to say my gut is telling me that he's dying, but like there are times where I just get this like belief, and it becomes so overwhelming that I can't tell which is this belief that I have or which is my gut telling me what's going on, if that makes any sense. And so my belief was like, this dude is dying, and he's going to be 15 in July, so he's an old cat. And I know I was going to wait to talk about him until the cat episode where he died, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to do a whole episode, because I basically just started crying at 7 o'clock last night and couldn't stop until like 2:30 in the morning. And the only way I was able to get myself to stop was by I took one of Alicia's trazodones and waited till it kicked in, and then just like went to sleep that way, because I don't know, like, this just feels like it came out of nowhere. I'm like, my cat, my best friend, he's the first. So I guess I probably told some of his story before, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to do an episode after he dies. So I'm just going to say some of it now. When I moved to the States, I did not have pets for, I don't know, like a year and a half or so. And like, I had cats in England, so I missed having animals. And so when I finally moved into an apartment that allowed pets, I went with my parents because this was like, well, 15 years ago ish. And we went to the animal shelter in the village that I was living in at the time. And I just, for whatever reason, because I had an orange cat in England and I love orange cats, orange boy cats, those are my favorite. And I told my parents when they took me there, I was like, I just really hope that there's an orange cat there. And the younger the better, because I want this little baby to be mine. And I didn't think I was going to find one because the shelter was pretty small. But when we went in there, I was like, do you have any orange ones? And there was one all the way in the back in this little room with Athena, which was his sister. Both of them were sharing like a little cage thing, but the door was open. And Athena was inside, like, snoozing, which ended up being her personality anyway. She was a pretty anxious cat that liked to just stay inside closed spaces. And Hades was like all over the place. He was 7 months old, jumping around, looked like a crazy cat, wide eyes, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna be a little monster. But it was the only orange cat they had, and I was like, I want this cat. And I also want his sister because I was very busy in my 20s. Like, not that I'm not now, but like I was out of the house a lot. I was at school, jobs, all kinds of stuff. And I wanted there to be 2 cats so that they wouldn't be lonely. And so I took Hades and Athena, brother and sister. And Athena made it until 4 years ago. And so I'm like, man, does Hades have like this little cancer gene or whatever? Because he's losing an awful lot of weight. It's been gradual, but now it kind of seems like, I don't know if my mind's playing tricks on me or what, but it just seems like feels like he's on his way out. And this cat has been, aside from my ex family, those fuckers, like, I don't know that I want to even count them, but this is like the longest relationship I've had with like a living thing that has been a good relationship. And I know you guys will understand. It doesn't sound weird to say this when talking about a pet. He's my best friend. Longest relationship I've ever had with anything, like I said. And this pet taught me unconditional love. He's been by my side everywhere I go. He follows me around. He's like my stalker. And some of that behavior has been changing the last week or so. So I know he's not doing well. And so I was trying, because last night, like, Alicia had to go to bed at 7:30, which is still her bedtime because she gets up for work so fucking early. And I was trying to like stop crying before she said goodnight, because, you know, like, I don't know, I just was like, oh, she's got so much going on, I don't want to bother her with like this, because I don't even know that he's like actually dying, but I've convinced myself that he is. And so she was nice, and she was very supportive. And then, like, when she went to bed, like, I just could not stop crying. Like, I would stop for, like, maybe 5 minutes. Like, how the fuck is there all this liquid inside of a human? Why does it keep coming out? Like, does it not dry up? Like, oh my God, it just had snot. It was just ugly crying. And it feels kind of embarrassing to say, only because, like, I don't know what's actually going on with this cat. I've just jumped to the worst conclusion. But it's not like this has not been in the realm of possibilities ever since I got him. Like, any animal can die at any age from anything. I know this. But, you know, the longer you have an animal, it's just so tough. It's like anything. The longer you know somebody, or, you know, whatever, that makes it so much harder when they're gone. And this cat's brought me a lot of joy. And so, like, the last couple of days, like, he hasn't been in my room for hours at a time, and he's always back here with me. He's always next to me. He's always sleeping, like, right up on the cat tree next to my recliner, like, and he hasn't been in here for hours at a time, and it's felt so lonely because he's the only cat that will stick around the entire time I'm in my room because he loves me so much. And when I leave my room, he doesn't like it, and he follows me, and he bitches about it, like, and he hasn't been doing that. And I miss it. And I'm like, man, so I took a shower at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I just felt gross from all of those hours of crying and like snot. And then I wrote Alicia a note, and I'm like, can you please call to make him an appointment with our vet, and you need to be the one to take him. And I'll be on standby because, like, yeah, I can take any other cat in this house by myself, even if they're on their deathbed, and, like, like, it'll be sad and I'll call Alicia. Yeah, but, like, this is the cat that, like, I'm going to cry on the way to the vet, not even knowing what's going on with him. I'm not going to stop crying when I get in there. They're going to think I'm weird. And, so Alicia does a lot better in these situations. Plus, like, I met him before her, so she doesn't have quite the relationship that him and I do. So I was like, please, can you be the one to take him? Because if they say he needs to be put down, then you can call me, and then I'll have a reason to cry on the way to the vet, and it'll be expected when I go in there. Like, I don't know. I know vets see all kinds of people in all kinds of distress, but I don't feel comfortable crying in front of people. Who does? Like, I don't. And I did, obviously cry back when Athena had to be put down. And it's not that embarrassing really, like, in those situations, because, like, it's expected that, like, you're gonna cry because your pet's getting put down. And but I don't know. I just feel, I feel like I would be too upset. I would be bracing myself for hearing the vet say, yeah, this one's got cancer too, or something. So I would rather, like, just have Alicia call me and say, hey, come in. They're gonna, like, does that make sense to me? That would be a better way of finding out, because this cat means that much to me. And Alicia made him an appointment. They can't get him in for like a week though, so I'm really gonna have to, like, monitor, like, how much he's eating. If he gets worse, I'm gonna have to take him to probably the animal hospital. They're open, like, all the time, but it's, like, so expensive to do anything with a pet in there. But I don't want this cat to suffer if he really is dying. But I don't know. And then I woke up today, like, that trazodone didn't even work that well, and it always knocks me the fuck out because I don't take medication like that. And she's always been on trazodone, so it still works for her. I don't know how the fuck that's possible. But that I woke up several times on that. That's just, I don't know, it was weird. And, like, it was hard to kind of, like, fall asleep for a bit because, if you cry so long, it's like your nostrils burn. Like, what the fuck is that? Is it from all the blowing of the nose or something? Like, my nostrils felt like they were on fire every time I breathed in. So I would just make sure I breathed in through my mouth and out through my nose. Like, it was just, like, a whole thing. And I fell asleep thinking, like, really? Like, I just spent my entire night crying about a cat that might not be dying. But I think he is. And Alicia said before she went to bed last night, she's like, if anything, like, this makes it real because, he's, like, the oldest cat that, like, I've ever had, and I'm surprised he lasted this long. And I told her, because I was so upset, I was like, he better be fucking dying, because if I have to go through this again, like, and I know that sounds maybe a little bit, like, not nice, but it's just for real. Like, it sucks to feel this way. Anybody who's lost a pet, I'm not even going to compare this to losing people, because I've lost many people throughout my life, and it's been upsetting. But I don't know what it is. I mean, I do. I know what it is about animals, but I was so devastated when Athena died. Like, she got cancer. It just was just so quick. I kind of like preferred it kind of that way, because the last thing I want to do is be told your pet's going to have to get put down, come back tomorrow. And then I have to spend the whole night with this pet. Like, I'd rather just do the quick goodbye, because I've been preparing for this for years. I don't know. I'm like really trying to not feel as hurt as like I felt last night, but I guess that shit doesn't really matter, because there's just nothing like losing a pet. And this is like the best pet I've ever had. I hope the other cats don't know what I'm saying. I love you guys too, don't worry. But this turned into a bit of a longer episode than I wanted. I don't know that I'm going to talk all about him when he dies. I'll mention it, and then, it just sucks. And I don't know what this thing is about, how is it that, you get this one thought in your head and you think it's the truth? And, I don't know. I don't know how I just was crying for hours. I don't know why. I could not stop. I tried. I could not stop. I distracted myself. Watched different shows. It just kept coming back to, he's dying. And I'm like, oh, my God, he probably really is. And then it's what am I going to do without this cat? This is my best friend. And I'm not going to have a cat that follows me around and loves me as much as he does anymore. And so I just reminded Alicia, I was like, look, I'm not the kind of person that, I'm not trying to replace Hades at all. You cannot replace a pet. However, I do, in fact, want a kitten as soon as possible after he dies, because that would help me move through my feelings quicker, because my mind would be focused on raising a new terror, kittens are a lot of work. And the last time we had one was 7 to 8 years ago, and now I feel the thought of getting a kitten is a little bit less exciting than it was all those years ago, because I'm older now, and animals take a lot of work, and kittens need to be watched a lot, and they get into shit. But I would rather, I told Alicia, you better get some backup orange kitties, or you better find some every few days, just in case, because I really want one the next day. I know that that's going to help me move through my feelings, not get over him, because nobody gets over a loss. I don't care what you say. You don't get over something. You learn to live with it, and it hurts a little bit less as time goes on, but you don't get over it. I just want to get through the hurt quicker, and I know that having a kitten who's going to get into all kinds of stuff will definitely be a good distraction for me. And she understands that, and she's willing, I think, to get me another little orange boy cat. And I'm not expecting that cat. I'm not going to, turn that little kitten into, another Hades, because that's just... Animals are one of a kind. You might find 50 orange cats that all look the same, but they all have their own personalities, and I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I will try to get that cat obsessed with me. I don't know how to do that, but because if Alicia finds the cat first, the cat's going to imprint on her, and then I have to I don't know. I don't want that to happen, but she needs to bring the cat home, so I'm already living there. Just so you know, we already have this cat. I'm already working on how to get it away from her and over to me the majority of the time. It's ridiculous. I'm obsessed with animals. But I'm really going to miss my Hades, and I'll let you guys know, obviously what happens with him. But I thought I was just going to get on here to say I just cried for a bunch of hours last night for no reason, it feels like, and I'm embarrassed, but I do feel he's an elderly cat. Everything that's alive has to die, but it doesn't make knowing that any easier. It just sucks. Especially because Hades has been well, no, I'm gonna cry. I don't want to cry. he's been like, he's always been there for me. And I love that cat so much. Like, that cat has only wanted love and food and treats and, just simple. And no matter what mood I've been in, like, he always loves me. He's always been there for me. And, like, the other cats are too, but there's a bond I have with this one. Because, like, this was the cat that, like, I was looking for. I wanted an orange cat when I came to the States. Hi, honey. Do you want to say hi? And this is Popo, a.k.a. Bitchy, a.k.a. Xena. She still got it. I mean that she can still sense when, like, I'm upset and she comes running. Sorry, but anyways, it's just so sad. I don't want to get into another crying kick. Sorry, I'm gonna get off of this episode, but, I don't know, I just wanted to say that I'm sad, and it's just, like, what the fuck, man, from day to day, it's just, like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, and I know that it's just being human, but I feel like being autistic just makes it even more unpredictable, because, like, I expected that, like, yesterday, like, after I recorded an episode, it was gonna be just, like, a fine rest of the day, and it just wasn't, and now it's Tuesday, and it's, like, 2:00 in the afternoon. I haven't even made it through my morning routine. Like, my mind is, like, everywhere, because I keep, like, thinking about the fact that I'm not gonna have this cat in my life anymore, and it seems selfish to say that, but, like, whatever. He's done so much for me. I love that little cat, and and I'll know I won't feel this way forever, because, it took me a few weeks to stop crying, like, every other hour when Athena died. But, I just really hope Alicia can find me a kitten sooner rather than later, so that I don't have to sit and focus on, like, how bad I feel. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe this cat will live another 5 fucking years. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I have to end this on a positive note. So, I don't know if this is positive. So, like, I'm sitting in the library last night, and, like, it's pretty dark. The only light we have on is a salt lamp. Because when she goes to bed, like, I'm not out there, so, but I like to have some light or whatever. But, like, so I went and sat out there on the couch, and I was crying, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to tell her why I'm upset. And so, like, she was being very supportive, and I appreciated that. And then I was like, I have something to tell you. And she's like, what? And I was like, please, please, please don't be offended. I hope you're not offended. And she's like, oh God. And so I admitted, I said, so I recorded an episode, and I told people that if I had the option of having Hades for another 20 years, or you, but not both, which would I pick? And I was like, and I picked Hades. And she just starts laughing, like, because she gets it. She knows I'm obsessed with this cat. And I was like, please don't be mad at me. And I said, if it makes it feel better, I mentioned that I would ask you to kind of, like, wait around for 20 years. And then, once Hades dies for real, then we can meet back up. But that's assuming that she would want to wait around for my sorry ass for 20 years for a fucking cat. Like, who's going to want to be with somebody who chooses a cat over them? But I'm dead serious. If I was offered 20 more years with Hades, I would take it in an instant over her. And that makes me sound so terrible. But I love her so much. I don't not love her. I love her so much, but I think I love Hades, like, I don't know, a little more or in a different way. But I would totally pick the cat. I mean, I met him before her, so, but oh my God, she was like, she just couldn't stop laughing. She's like, it's okay. Like, I'm not offended. I get it. But I was like, you don't understand. If this was a real life, if this could happen, like, today, you would be gone. Bye, Felicia. You would be gone. Give me my cat. And she was just very nice about it. And I really appreciated that. So, I mean, this is just where my brain takes me. This is just how I feel. But Yeah, so I'm kind of glad that I spent a little bit more talking about him so I don't have to do it after he dies. And I'm like so sad because I don't want I would be just, I think I would just cry through the entire episode. And I don't want to do that. And I don't know how you guys feel, but like, I know that people have emotions, but when people do sad episodes, I don't like it. It's not anything to do with them. I don't know, like, I always look forward to podcasts because I learn things about different people, but when it comes to them feeling really upset about like an animal dying or somebody passing or something, like I listen to it, but like I don't like listening to something that because I also will feel sad because even though it's not me, you know? And so I don't want to, I think this is the episode I'll do. This is as sad as I'll want to get. I'm not trying to like cover my feelings or hide them. I just really like when I cry, oh, I'm in here. I think that's Morpheus. This, you know what? Cats are just my life. I will take cats over people every fucking day. Even my own wife. What the fuck? That's how, I don't know. But like, I'm serious about that. Like, for real. If like a genie popped up right now in front of me and said, which would you like? 20 more years with Hades? Or like an additional 20, you can have your wife for those 20 years and not him. I would be like, she's been great, but I'll take him. Like, what the fuck? um, God. Thank you for listening. I feel a little bit better. I just can't believe that, like, I just went into that frame of mind last night and I woke up today and I feel like, I still feel sad, but I don't feel like that. That was just came out of nowhere. And that's the kind of feelings I had when Athena died. Like, it's as if, like, it was the weirdest thing. He's, like, right in the room with me and, like, I'm crying and feeling as if he's not here. Like, I don't know why brains work this way, or at least why mine does, but it's just what happened. And I wanted to get on here and, does this happen to anybody else? Do you guys, like, have you been in a situation where you think your pet's been dying? And, like, I don't know. If somebody else has felt this way or been through this, I would appreciate if you could just let me know so I know I'm not the only one. And, like, I can sit here and be like, I know I'm not the only one, because I know I'm not, but, like, it doesn't matter. It still is 100% more helpful to hear from somebody else that they have been through the same thing or something similar. But anyways, thank you very much for listening. My next episode, this isn't actually the one I wanted to do. Alicia found me. Man, this bitch is like finishing master's graduate school this year, and I have forgotten that she's had access to research articles. Like, what the fuck? Because she's in school. And the other night, she emailed me 3 links to EMDR and autism, like articles about that. And I was like, where did you get these? And she's like, I'm in school. And I was like, oh my God, I just feel like I wasted your first 2 years of school, because if that had clicked in my mind that you had access to, because I'm a nerd. When I was going through college, I was on that database all the fucking time, like looking at different research articles. What did these people find? Like, I don't want to do the research, but I like to read it. And after I told her about my first EMDR session and how, like, I wish I knew more about, like, does it have something to this autism, like, make something different with it? I don't know. But she found 3 articles. I haven't read them yet, but I printed them out. And my next episode, I wanted to just share what I learned from those research articles about autism and EMDR. But anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate, thank you so much for, like, the subscribers to my Substack. That is so shocking. And so, I said I was going to get off of here, but one more thing. It was like, I don't know, 11:30, midnight, something like that. And I was crying and just, like, convinced my cat's going to die. And then my phone tells me that I got my first paid subscriber. And I like all the free ones as well. I really, really do. But, like, that's my first paid. So whoever did that, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, thank you. That made me feel that just made me feel the slightest bit better, and that meant like everything. And I don't know, maybe I sound cheesy saying that, but like I really like, somebody wants to pay to read what I write, like what the fuck? That's so weird to me, even though I've been doing this for, I don't know. I'm gonna get off of here now because, my brain's wanting to just go places. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. And thank you very much for everybody that listens to me and puts up with, like, my, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of wacky. I don't know. But I'm okay with that. You guys seem to be too, if you're still listening. So, yeah, thank you very much, and please email me wherever I put the email in this, somewhere, wherever you can find it, and let me know if this has happened to you, because I will feel so much better just to hear that. What is that? Is that Hades? Okay. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.